Hello, welcome back to GrayBush Knits. My name is Hannah and this is a channel all about my love of knitting. So today's episode I have some big progress, or it feels like it to me. I have finally finished my Lulu Slipover, which is what I'm wearing. I'm just gonna try to stand up and show you some of these details. I am absolutely in love with how this turned out. I kind of want to do a full review of the pattern, the yarn, and everything, so I won't go into a ton of detail in this video. However, I do want to say that it has been a fantastic pattern. I love the fact that there are videos that go along with the pattern and that they're very helpful no matter what language you speak. Obviously they're all in Danish and speaking English. I had to watch them while I was doing the stitches because that's how I learn. And I was so happy to find that the video was slow enough that I didn't have to constantly pause it and then do what they were showing me and then play it. And then, you know, you always have problems with that when you're trying to do that on your phone while you're knitting. And I have to say the quality of their tutorial videos is very, very well done as well. So I'm so excited. I knit this up in a Hobbii yarn that I believe was a wool nylon blend. I will, if not, I'll leave it right here as far as what it was. But I believe it was a wool nylon blend, and I'm really happy with the yarn that I chose. It does have a bit of itchiness just right here on this bit on my collar, but I'm highly sensitive. And this, if I were to change anything about this, the slipover, this is what it would be. I don't believe you do any decreases, if I remember right. I think you just combine everything. You pick up all your stitches and then you do, I think it's a 1x1 rib. Feels like 1x1 rib. And it's great. I just have a larger dome, so I need to start paying attention to that because I've run into this issue a couple times that even after blocking, it's just a little bit snug. So I may have to start altering the patterns so that they can fit more comfortably and a little bit more loose like I would prefer. But you can see I did not do a mock turtleneck or a folded turtleneck. I believe I followed the pattern exactly, if I remember right. Again, if not, I'll leave it in the full review video that I want to do. And once that's up, I'll link that down in the description box. But I believe I knit this pattern completely as recommended. So I was really, really happy with the height. I love where it sits. I mean, just the fact that it's slightly over my shoulders, the drape on the armhole. I'm just so excited. If the wind stops long enough, I'm going to try to get some really nice pictures as well, which is kind of why I want to do a dedicated review video, but just to, you know, take some nice quality pictures as well. But that is something that I want to be able to showcase some of these different sections. So before she has you do the Italian bind off or the tubular bind off, I think that they're the same thing. She'll have you do some extra techniques before you do that in all of the sections. And what that does is just kind of stabilizes those edges. My dogs are wrestling, so I'm sorry if you can hear them. But what that does is just stabilize these edges where they might get pulled on or things like that. And that way you're not gonna tweak the stitches at all. And so I thought that was really fantastic. I'm just so happy with it, and I'm really excited for my mom to finish hers because she got nervous about these the button section and she hasn't picked hers up yet. So hopefully soon, but maybe this will be the ticket. I've noticed a lot of people with these on lately, as far as in Instagram shots or whatnot. And I know that she also has a pattern out that is the junior version of this. So if you think this would be something amazing for your kids, which I think it's adorable in the sample photos she has posted, she does have a junior pattern out as well. So definitely check that out. So the other project that I have been working on very insistently was my test knit that I'm doing for Fiber Tales, and this is the Perikon Sweater. And I'm so excited because today is the 29th that I'm filming, which is the last day of the month, and last night I finished my first sleeve, and obviously I'd already finished the body, so I blocked it overnight, and I'm really excited to share this with you. So I'm just gonna hold this up here, and then through the magic of television, I'm gonna change into it. All right, so this is my Perikon sweater with one sleeve on and one not done, so you'll have to bear with me. But I am so happy with how this is looking so far after blocking it that I wanted to be able to try this on and share this with you. So you can see just how nice and open the neckline is, and how well all of that, the cables sit. They've opened up quite a bit. And then the sleeve, I followed the sleeve exactly to pattern, and she does have decreases along here, and she does intend for them to be a little bit larger. However, when I followed it to pattern, she has the recommended lengths, and I did not measure myself. I followed the lengths because I wanted to see how that was going to fit, because I didn't know how this was going to do with blocking. This is my first time using an unspun yarn. So I just followed it exactly to pattern, and I am really, really happy with the length of the sleeve that I got. So I did just want to share that with you. So no adjustments at all. I did it exactly the way that the pattern calls for. And then the sleeve has some ribbing on it as well. Because of doing unspun, I just did a typical cast bind off. It's a yarn that's going to fall apart when you try to do an Italian bind off. So that was not an option this time. And then as far as the length, I have it sit just right below my belt line, so I can do a nice tuck on it. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna get started on this sleeve tonight, but I wanted to be able to share this with you because I believe very, very soon she's gonna have this pattern out. Sorry, I think I got fuzz in my eyeball when I changed into this. There it is. Okay, I think she's gonna try to have this pattern out very soon, so I wanted to be able to share with you how it's looking and how I'm liking it. The yarn did soften up immensely. I just have a tank top on underneath, and it's not itchy at all, really, to speak of. So I am really excited about that, and I know when I have to block it once I finish my other sleeve, then I'm sure it's going to soften up even more after that second wash. So I did actually let this soak for, I think it was something like 40 minutes last night. I put it in the sink to soak and started watching another episode of Walking Dead and forgot about it. So yeah, it just happens. Oh well. The other thing, the reason I keep checking this is I was working on this sleeve, and then all of a sudden I had just a cord with a stopper on one end, and I'm like, where did this come from? It's not from my sleeve I'm working on because I've got needles on that. And then I realized all of my stitches on this sleeve had been, like, I had pulled the cord off somehow. I panicked a little bit. My husband panicked a little bit. He's like, do we need to shut off the show? Do you need to fix this? It was fine. I don't think I dropped any stitches, but I'm just really excited and really happy about this sweater. So I wanted to be able to share this with you as well. I have not made any progress on my Corshaving cardigan since we talked last week. now that this is done, I think my focus is going to turn to, well, once this is done, I should say, I think I'm going to focus my attention on that cardigan, just because it is getting to that time of year where that's the sort of sweater that I'm wanting to reach for in my closet. So I know that that's something that I'm going to want to finish soon, which, you know, I'm only a few inches in it. Hold on one second. Just to kind of remind you where I'm at. There we go. So I will likely get started on this very soon. Gosh, these needles are huge compared to what I've been working with. And then I will probably be working on my shawl. My hand, where my stitches are at, you can see it right there. It's starting to get super itchy, so sometimes the wool is not the greatest thing to work with. So the cotton bamboo that I'm using on that shawl might be just perfect for me right now. Anyway, I'll kind of work on those two projects. I don't think I'm going to be casting anything else on right now. I'm trying to just be careful about it because those are two really large projects. So if I were to cast on anything else, I think I might do a beanie or some smaller accessory. I think I'm kind of leaning towards that if I feel the need to pick up a third. And then other than that, I was really good this week. I didn't buy anything, not even a pattern. And I have a few that I keep wanting to purchase because I know that there are things that I'm going to be working on soon, like the Rockhound vest. But I decided rather than purchasing it right away, just to wait until I'm ready to cast on, which now that I'm saying this out loud might not be the best option because I won't be able to look at the pattern and confirm that I have everything that I need for it. I should probably just get it. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm just really excited to be almost done with one project that has only been on the needles for, what, like less than 2 weeks. I think it'll be 2 weeks in 2 days. So that's really exciting. And then to have my slipover completely done, I am just so excited. I will say that slipover took 24 hours to block and dry, but then took a little bit more time. I actually hung it on a hanger just in the laundry room because those button placards are so thick that they took a significant amount of time to dry out the rest of the way. So that took a little bit. This actually, I washed it last night. I, dried it in the towels like you do. I did that. I blocked it last night. This morning, the back of it was wet, but the front of it was completely dry. I tried it on then. It wasn't horrible. So I tried it on then and was so excited that I just flipped it over and left it on the mat, but I didn't actually fully block it, which I think is fine. I think it's actually perfect. I love everything about this sweater. I know when I was working on it, and I'm just going to preface, I just want to include this. Sorry, my mind's going faster than my mouth. So I just want to say that when I was knitting this, before I had blocked it, I did not think that this was going to fit me. It was on the smaller side. I was nervous about the length. It was hitting me right at my, right at the top of my jeans. And it was all right. I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I wear a lot of high-waisted jeans, so even if I wear this with a pair of those, then I've got plenty of room, right? And I was kind of nervous about the sleeve. The sleeve was really tight and a little, it was more like a bracelet length, I think is what it was. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see. It just is what it is. And I blocked it, and I didn't even push this yarn to its limit. I just, got it comfortable and pinned it in, and it's It's so good, you guys. I'm very happy, and I just wanted to share that so that you know when if you are going to stick to an unspun and mohair, if you happen to be so lucky as I am to hit gauge, then you can follow this pattern to the T and you're going to have a wonderful sweater. And it's one that I'm going to recommend to everybody. It's a really beautiful design without being intimidating. The cables are really easy to learn and easy to do even if you're not used to doing cables. I think they're done. They're really not intimidating at all, and they just create this beautiful motif that I think that it's amazing. So highly recommend. And once I finish this completely, I will do a dedicated review for this as well as the yarn as well, because I think that might be really important to have. I just thought that might be kind of fun, and I can share a little bit more information about progress or changes that I made or things like that. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe and turn on that bell for notifications so that as soon as that video goes up, you'll be notified. So other than that, I think that that's it for this week. I have been doing pretty good this week. My hand, if you weren't here last week, I got bit. I work at a vet clinic and I got bit by a dog, and I'm doing really good. She likes to hear herself bark, and every little thing she'll bark at. I might just include a picture of her just because that way you can see my cute little Josie. But yeah, so this is getting really good. I got bit, it'll be a week ago tomorrow, and my last video, it was still brand new and fresh and fairly numb, but now I'm doing a lot better. The one thing that I have discovered is my pinky is numb, and when I talked to the doctor, they said that I might get feeling back in 6 months. So we'll see. Definitely have some nerve damage, but I don't have any tendon damage, so I can knit just fine, do any sort of gardening. Right now, this whole area is really tight, so I can straighten my hand out. I can just feel the whole thing like stretching out. So I will say I'm doing really well, and I still have about 4 days until I can take the stitches out. So I'm looking forward to that, and I am so looking forward to visiting with you more down in the comments. So if you have any questions about either of these sweaters that I've completed, or maybe about my other 2 projects that I'm about ready to get started on again, please leave them down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe because that does mean so incredibly much to me. If you like this video and you want to share it with your friends on Instagram, I will leave my handle here, just at GrayBush Knits, and I just can't thank you enough for being here with me today. I love being able to sit and visit with you and sharing my progress and some of the other little things that are going on around here. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up, and until next time, I hope you have a great one. Bye!